Hey guys, this is Zlewikk and welcome back to another video about already announced EU5. We get more and more knowledge about experience of specific countries that have a lot of content in that game. Today I'm gonna tell you a bit more about how the experience looks like for Venice, that actually just became an island in game, it wasn't before, and Genoa. You see that Venice will be ruled by the most serene Doge Francesco Dandolo at the very start. There will be mainly Venetian culture, but since they are spread across many regions, there will be also Dalmatian, Greek, Emilian and Italki. And same for the religions, while it's mostly Catholic, there will be also some Orthodox and the Judaized religions. What's interesting, I think they changed the layout over here and they decreased how much space the character is taking and his background, because if you compare it to one of the previous dev diaries, like this one for Vijay, you'll see that this was much bigger and the character was actually taking a less percentage of the space in this, and the bigger percentage was the background. While at time the background is actually just the background. Character is taking big space of it and it's also a bit cut off, and because of these two changes also the flag of the nation feels really big. These are all the Venetian holdings. I'm not sure if it's a special map mode or they just colored it for us to see it better, but I didn't see it in game when I tested it. We'll see, obviously there's plenty of islands that Venice is owning. There's Corfu, there is Ragusa, and in general Dalmatia, and obviously their mainland. Venice will be having its special own unique guarantee form that is called Council 40. And you see, this is a major reform. So this is your guarantee form, like for example, in EU4 we had elective monarchy or Ottoman government. Here we've got Council 40, which is decreasing the crown power, but is allowing you to more freely change your policies. Set policy cost and change policy cost is really much cheaper, and you're also getting a massive boost to your trade capacity. Council of 10 is a normal guarantee form, which is giving you decreased nobles power, but better stability, investment and monthly Republican tradition. And this doesn't have any picture yet. This had a unique picture. Also Zonta, which is an estate privileges. This is a placeholder image for the estate privilege. See, another crown power decreased. I assume you start with it. Avagadoria de Commune is a good booster efficiency of cabinet and admin efficiency. Libro de Oro is decreasing the pop promotion speed. Libro d'Argento is decreasing the pop promotion speed again, but it's giving you some admin efficiency. And you see, under each of these reforms, since they are unique, we're also having some historical background from where these are coming. Venice will also start with some work of arts. Work of arts is an important feature in EU5. You might say this is a monument plus, because monuments are work of arts, but there's also many other types of work of arts that you can have in your country. Like you see that Venice will be starting with a few of them, including some stolen from Byzantium, like the two icons of the Archangel, that is surely stolen from Byzantium. They're having the St. Mark's Basilica, which is a Magnum Opus, Horses of St. Mark, I think this is also stolen, a masterpiece, and Buchan Tower, which is a regionally known work of art. Well, how about the advances? Because advances in these games are like national ideas. Obviously they will not be presenting as all of them, because they actually told that in this dev diary that they ran out of the images limit per post. So there'll be more coming in the comment section. But here are the few highlights. Like Venetian Arsenal is unlocking that specific building in Age of Traditions, so you start with it, and that gives you monthly sailors, shipbuilding capacity, and being able to build ships. It has also a nice unique image. Venetian Thalassocracy, another unique image, is giving you a good trade advantage. Stato Damar, that's a placeholder image, gives you trade efficiency, and Venetian Palaces unlocks you this type of the building, which is giving you cultural tradition and cultural influence. There's a bonus to plague resistance, but keep in mind that is from Age of Discovery, so it's not gonna use it for the Black Death, it's for the later stages of the game. There are more plagues in the game than just Black Death. Mixed naval tactics, to give you bonuses to your navy. Then we've got information about some flavor events. I think this is a tier 2 country, which means it will be having a similar amount of the events that we've seen for Poland, so like 60 to 100. A lot of events that will be shaping your game, and that is also a reminder, because I see it a lot in the discussions, is that the dynamic historical events, so the events that you're having as a flavor for a country, we usually have at least two options. One that is historical and one that is alternative. Sometimes more, but usually it is two. So it's not like it is gonna shape your game to play the same every single time, or the AIs to play the same every single time, because you can change it, like you can decide yourself if you want to go historically, or if it's for AIs, there's an in-game setting to set up how likely the AIs are supposed to go historical. Piazza di San Marco, look at this beauty. It's giving you cultural tradition and monthly development to a location. We've got an event about Promissione Ducale, which is another guarantee form that's giving you another efficiency of the cabinet and another admin efficiency. There's an event about, I think, an artist, yes, and painter Tiziana Vacchellio that is invited to your country, just appears in your country. And on top of that, obviously there is more content. This is just a few highlights, and I always like it in this tint of flavor, that when you go to the comment section, there'll be people asking, oh, does this country have this? And like in majority of the cases is, oh yeah, we have that event already. I'm gonna show you that later. But before that, let's move to the content for Genoa. This is the historical background that the country starts with when you're choosing it. So obviously it is a Western Mediterranean power, it is a republic, and it just recently defeated Pisa and gained Corsica from it, but it is fighting for power with Venice, Byzantium, and Golden Ore, since they have their possessions in Caffa. Superb Republic of Genoa. See, again, the background is a bit different, the guy is also looking differently, the Doge Gelato, Spinola, that is pretty bad. Even more diversity in the cultures, you see this Ligurian, there's Corsican, Pontic, since they are in the Pontic steppe, there's Greek and Piedmontese, and then even more religions, including religions like Cabzaism, but I would assume it is on the steppes. These are their possessions and homeland, right? So we've got Genoa, we've got Monaco, we've got the islands, a bit of possessions here, and this is other possessions outside of homeland. So having some Aegean islands, we've got the Pontic steppe, and how is this called? Kandar in EU4? But yeah, let's take a look at their unique reforms. So their major reform is called the Arch Republic. There's so much art already done for this game. This is giving you a set cabinet member cost, replace cabinet member cost, but also, same as for Venice, a massive boost to your trade capacity. They also start with a Compagnia Communis guarantee form that is giving you some minor stuff to your states, but more importantly, trade maritime advantage. They mention here that the game does not have a mechanic of having two rulers at the same time or more. That's why they are portraying the Genoa's diarchy a bit differently, where Gelato is ruling and Raffaello is just a character at the start, and these bonuses in the reforms are trying to give you some kind of idea, probably just cabinet member costs. There are also some work of art in Genoa. We're having Palazzo San Giorgio, we've got a Lanterna di Genoa, and Annales Ionses that they're starting with. A unique building that they're having is Fondaco, that is allowing the burghers to migrate. It's giving a massive boost to migration attraction, but also again some bonuses to trade in that specific location. How about their national ideas, so advances? Interest per annum, a unique building for the galley barracks, manning galleys with slaves, that is giving you monthly sailors and allowing you to build ships. And you see the production method used there are slaves, so that's a bit unique. Having your own galley ships, yes, there will be special units that are building ships, same as we're having special units for army. So this is all the stuff of the Genoese galley. I'm not experienced enough to explain you what all of this mean. Genoese crossbowmen, their unique army. What I like in advance is that when it's advanced for a specific age, like Renaissance, it's having a unique picture here, like Discovery, unique picture here. So in the Age of Discovery, they're having the 28 alberghi, which is giving you Republican tradition, and again, a minor modifier 3 states. The Age of the Genoese in Age of Discovery is also another interest per annum and artist salary. It was cool because one of you guys brought a point, oh, I thought that this game is not supposed to be about stacking the modifiers. And yet this is same as for the Dev Day about Russia, there's also some stacking modifiers here, right? Because they had interest per annum earlier, they have another interest per annum here, but you have to keep in mind that interest per annum is a bit tougher in EU5 because default is 10%. So even if you get this 2% from these two advances, it's still -8. Obviously there are more advances and privileges you can take to decrease it further, but the question is, how low is the limit? How about the events? You'll see we're having a Golden Age of the Republic event that is allowing you to switch your guarantee form from the Archy Republic to a Merchant Republic. Interestingly, it also gives you trade maintenance and 50% trade capacity. Just integration will be much slower. When I was first seeing this Doge election succession law, I thought that this is an atomic bomb, but it's actually a tree. There's an event about the Rock of Monaco, which is, from my understanding, a monument, a natural monument in the location of Monaco that looks like this, and it's giving you some bonuses to your maritime. They're mentioning that it's a pirate heaven, so they're trying to replicate it in game. And we have an event for an admiral that is invisible, maybe it's John Cena. There's historical events for specific doges, like Doge Andrea Doria that you can get. Another guarantee form for a Grand and Minor Councils of Genoa, which is apparently an old EU4 friend, as per saying. And finally, there is a unique building that is extraterritorial, which means that they have it at the start of the game in Constantinople, and Venice is having the Venetian quarter in Constantinople that gives them maritime presence and trade capacity, while Genoa is having a Galata, which is actually in EU4 since, was it the 2 DLCs ago that they added the Galata? That is also giving you exactly the same bonus. But yeah, this is it for the dev diary itself. Let's go to the comment section. Somebody's asking if the nations will be seeing a bit more in Asia because of the Marco Polo advantage and, you know, in general the route to China. And the answer is yes. The Mediterranean Christian countries will be seeing all of this, so a way straight to India and a way straight to China. People are asking, oh, are these nations historically more focused on trade and don't need to expand a lot like you usually do in EU4? And the answer is from Pavia that they actually all often use Genoa to playtest, playing a tour Genoa country that is focused on trading. Some more information about the nations, like you're seeing that they have 17 non-dual locations, 33 base stacks, 5,000 army, and 87 ships, while Genoa is starting with 26 of these locations, 19 base stacks, 8,000 army, and 73 ships. Someone is asking, are there any advances available to Venice for conscripting oarsmen and sailors? Yes, there are advances related to that. Does Genoa have events for the Bank of St. George? And the answer is yes, but it's not yet finalized. Is there something unique about Venetian glass? Obviously it is growth of the Murano glass industry that is giving you glass output in the province. Here is the screenshot of the estates of Venice. So we've got a Republic, we've got Patriziato, we've got Clergy, Stadini, and Commoners. Also more and more privileges are actually having nice pictures instead of displaced hoarders. Someone is asking, since the Rock of Monaco is being an own building, will there be rocks represent similar harbors such as the Rock of Gibraltar? The answer is they managed to make Gibraltar a specific location that is an excellent harbor. Are you going to put Ligurian and Venetian dynamic languages dialects in game? Because it seems to me that most Italian locations have standard Italian names mixed with English. We already have them, and it just takes a lot of time to have a comprehensive list of dialect names in-game. Someone is asking more about the actual gameplay, because how is the trade income scheme for this republic looking in EU5? Genoa is facilitating goods export from Caffo to Constantinople, generating profit, then Venice reigns in facilitating trade from East Mediterranean upwards to Europe. So it is a very much EU4 thinking, right? In summary, both Venice and Genoa have tons of setup and structural advantages to get the capacities you need to profit from trade. Trade capacity, trade advantage, maritime presence, etc. Thus, they start in a very good position to expand their initiated trade network and create very profitable trading between the Eastern Mediterranean, Black Sea markets and the Western European ones, which demand lots of goods. By the profit they get from these trades and the early edge they have over the capital economy, societal value, they have a good incentive to not only keep expanding their trade profit, but also reinvest the earnings into a proto-industrial economy compared to more traditional or RGO-based economy. So they do already have a very nice trading experience. So if you want to try a gameplay that is much different from, let's say, my Poland run, that was more traditional, this picks will be really good. What are the names of the Genoan and Venice parliaments? Because they are unique in game, like they're same for Poland. Consiglio and Gran Consiglio. Will there be an event for the Corsican Republic to break away from Genoa? Yes, there's an event chain about it. They thought about that already. There's a lot of question about additional experience, like Genoese conflicts with Sardinia, handled by the game mechanics. Genoese outposts in North Africa, handled by the game mechanics. Genoese slave from Jaffa, handled by the game mechanics. Genoese and Venetia trading in cotton from the Ottoman and the game start? Yes. And for the 5, so Genoa and Venetia joining the Holy Week with Spain, if the Ottomans expand. There's an event chain for the Holy League if the Ottomans have conquered Constantinople and it's at least year 1500. So, guys, if you tell it's a Bourbons game, you keep seeing in all of these diaries how much content they have already prepared. Someone is asking, are there any events for the Genoese-Venetian rivalry? Yes, there's the War of the Straits. We gain maritime dominance casus belli in Venice for 4 years. Venice gains the same casus belli on Genoa. Well, yeah, this is it for today. I hope that you guys did enjoy another dev diary about a lot of content. This time about Genoa and Venice. Let me know if you enjoyed this by liking that video and obviously subscribe to the channel to get notified about the next videos. And I'm gonna probably see you in EU4 Achievement Hunter Run. Bye!